Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Pinsetter1991. I'm making, finally, another real-time drawing video. But this one's not drawing, it's actually painting, as you can see. I'm just exploring a few different mediums at the moment, and watercolor paint is one of them. I'm messing around with watercolor paint, watercolor pencils, watercolor stick things. I'm not sure exactly what they're called, but overall I'm really liking just the classic standard watercolor paint. It's an easy way to add a little bit of color to your stuff, and it's very fun. I'm really enjoying it, definitely. And it's cool because there's lots of little tricks that you can learn. Like, for example, my paper, you can see it's a little bit warped. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as it would have been if I hadn't soaked it in water. There's this whole process called stretching the paper that you should do before you start drawing or start painting on it. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of warping happening, and I have a little bit because I'm not that good at stretching paper yet. Don't have a lot of experience with it. So, but basically what I did was I just soaked it in water and I pressed it between two pieces of wood and just let it dry like that. One of the ways to do it is there's some kind of special tape. I need to look it up again. I can't remember the name, but it's tape that works with water. Kind of like envelopes, you know, you lick the envelope to get it to stick. It's tape that's essentially just like that. And basically you can wet your paper and tape it down, kind of like I've done here, but with that special tape, and let it dry like that, and it'll be nice and flat when it's dry. So I need to find me some of that stuff. But I just kind of did it the improv way of just finding two pieces of wood to smash it between and let it dry. And it worked semi good. It's still a little bit warped, but not nearly as bad as it would have been. This is Arch's watercolor paper. I'm finally using it for watercolor. I always use this stuff to draw on. It's what I've used in my last 50 videos. Yeah, I usually put charcoal on it. So we are doing a nice little scene. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. That's pretty much how I start all of my drawings. I just got no idea. I need to set a timer. I don't want this video to go super long. I figured out a new schedule though that I'm going to be going off of just to make my life a little bit easier. I'll tell you guys in just a second. Let's see, timer, and yeah, that's good. Okay, so what happened is I downloaded a YouTube, it's like an analyzer. It's a tool plugin called TubeBuddy, and makes a lot of things easier. And one of the things it does is it gives you a pretty cool analysis of all the stats, just random but useful statistics on your YouTube videos. And it told me when the best times to upload videos are, like when my subscribers and when the YouTube audience in general is online, you know, or how often they typically get on and check for new videos. And it turns out Sundays and Wednesdays are the days. So that seems convenient to me, uploading on those days, because, twice a week is good. I think it's better than, when I first started, I would upload a video like once a month maybe. So I think twice a week is a pretty good number. Something I can definitely work with and I think I could be quite consistent with that. So, I think I'm going to be doing it that way. Every Wednesday and every Sunday, you guys can expect new videos from Pinsetter. And I'm thinking the Sunday videos will be speed drawings and the Wednesday videos will be me yakking your ears off. So that's my plan at the moment, at least. So the real-time drawings every Wednesday and the speed drawings every Sunday, and that sounds nice to me. I think that will work out. I'm loving this watercolor, you guys. I love it. I don't have a lot of experience with it. I know there's plenty for me to learn still, but I am really enjoying it. Because, I don't know, I just kind of like got in the mood to start using color. I've been doing black and white for so long. Like 90 some odd % of my videos are charcoal, dark kind of creepy stuff. That's the stuff I like, definitely. It's always kind of been my style. I like drawing weird things, zombies and dark stuff, dark forests, dark landscapes. But I like to change it up too. You've always got to be able to change things up and do what you feel like doing. So I feel like this is a good outlet for me to just change it up and try a few new things. And it's fun. I'm liking it. I'm learning a lot. There's so many little tricks, little cool things that you can do with watercolor. I like the way it blends, how it runs into anything else that's wet. It'll just kind of spread around very nicely. So this is going to be a forest scene. I found a cool reference image that I threw it into Photoshop, and because it was very green and kind of bright, and I wanted to tone it down, so I lowered the saturation a little bit, so the colors became somewhat muted, not so vibrant. And then I put a sepia filter on it to add some more just brown over the whole thing. Because what I'm doing is I went to Hobby Lobby the other day and I bought a couple of 8x10 frames, and this one doesn't have the board in there. I should probably put it in, otherwise the glass is gonna fall out. There we go. So I got a couple of frames. They were on sale. This was $14, which is not bad, but what makes it even better is it was half off, so I paid like $7. I'm like, okay, I'll take that. And I also picked up this frame that already has some artwork in it. This is the last watercolor painting I did, that bicycle. And this one's for my mom for Mother's Day. And I'm very happy with it. And this frame was a pretty good price too. Right around $10, I believe. And I think it looks great. I'm very happy with it. So I got those two frames, and I like the brown frame that I got, and I want to give it like a brown color to match the frame a little bit. Like on this one, this frame has a lot of turquoise in it. That's my mom's favorite color. So there's lots of turquoise in there. So I put a lot of turquoise into the painting itself. And that's kind of what I'm going to try and do with this one. It's a brown frame, so I'm going to try and give it some brown tones. That is le plan. So I'm gonna let this dry a little bit and I will be right back. Okay, welcome back. This has dried a little bit. Now we can start adding in some trees in the background. Oh, somebody's sending me stuff. Okay, ignore that. Alright, so let's see here. There's going to be lots of trees. Some of them are very far back and kind of blending in with... It's kind of got a misty, foggy feel that I want to get. So some of them aren't going to be very dark. And we'll start adding those in. Those background ones. And then as we come forward, we can add in darker ones. Yeah, so this paper did, I mean, it's warping a little bit more than I want, but since it's going to be framed, that's not a big deal. I do need to find some of that paper though, or the tape, to stretch it properly. Yeah, so that tree there. Another one here. So that bicycle that I painted, I uploaded it to Art Amino. I've mentioned that site before. One of you guys told me about it. And I've been posting my stuff on there. And it's been doing really good, actually. Most of the stuff I post on there ends up featured on like their main news feed, which is pretty awesome. So that bicycle ended up featured and I'm happy about that. So basically it ends up on the front page and lots of people get to see it. So it got, I mean, it's still getting attention, but it's over 200, it's got over 200 likes, which is pretty sweet. Which reminds me, if you like my videos, hit the like button below. It makes me happy. Okay, so there's a couple of trees. Now we just need to add a ton more. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. That way you guys don't get too bored, and I will be right back. Hello again. That was a pretty short little break. Basically, let's see, what size do I want here? I decided to put in a little bench here, and I had to redraw this stupid thing like 3 times because my reference image was, I mean, it's on my computer, which is right over here now. Before it was way over there, and I couldn't see it very good, and I was trying to draw it, and it wasn't turning out. So I just had to rearrange some stuff and move my reference image over here closer. But we have a little bench that we're going to have in there. And I'm going to outline it with this Micron, or Micron, I don't know how you pronounce it, by Pigma. 03 is the size. These things are awesome. I love these things. You can get really fine lines, and it's a good color. Because if you do this with a Sharpie, sometimes you'll get like a... Their black is kind of a purpley color. It's a little bit weird. But the Pigma is just a nice black. And they get super fine. Like this one, this is the 005, and that thing is tiny. So I'm just gonna outline it, and I'm gonna mask it, I think, with some liquid masking fluid. That way, I won't get any more paint on it. I basically want to avoid getting paint on this bench because I want to keep it lighter. There's some highlights in it that are already going to be a little bit dark. Alright, so we got that outlined. So it's a bit darker, and now I'm using Fine Line brand masking fluid. It's a super nib fine tip. This stuff is awesome. I'm just gonna mix it around a little bit. And I saw a tip on another video. Girl was mixing her fluid, her masking fluid, and she had some of this stuff similar to this. I think this is totally dried out in there. It's not dried out, but it's old. I got this years and years and years ago. But anyways, if you shake these, they'll get a lot of bubbles. And I saw another person who just kind of like spun the bottle like this gently to get it all mixed up. But this thing is pretty awesome. It's got this super fine needle point tip. We'll do a little bit over here, make sure it's flowing nicely. And I'm basically gonna mask out this bench. Just cover it in this stuff. That way, this stuff will basically turn into like, it's like liquid rubber, but it's not that hard to get off the paper. You can just use your finger and it'll come right off. Or they actually sell like this rubber. It's like a heavy duty eraser kind of thing, but it'll take off the frisket. Because sometimes if it gets on there really hard, or you have a ton of it on there, it's hard to get off with your fingers. But this little bench will be easy. So we'll just put some on there. And then you gotta let it dry for a little while. I basically let it dry until it's not sticky anymore. It's always gonna be a little bit sticky because it's like a rubber texture, but it's like less sticky once it's pretty much ready. And it changes color a little bit. It'll get a little bit more like transparent when it's dry. Okay, I think that will do. So we'll let that dry, and then I'll be back. Okay, so this has been drying, and it's pretty much dry. So I'm gonna continue on with this drawing, and just keep doing these background trees, and then we'll add in some more foreground trees, add in some grass and stuff like that, a few leaves up front, and I'll just leave the camera rolling and kind of fast forward a little bit, so stick around. are gonna call me crazy. But I decided to crop this and make it into a nice little card. And I did this for a few reasons. I wasn't entirely happy with the background. I could have put more detail in. The bench turned out not so good because I used a thicker micron pen on it, and it just seems kind of out of place. But I do really like this part and how that turned out. So it's not a huge deal. It gave me an idea though to make a card out of this part, and I put, let me know what you want me to draw or paint for you, and you can keep it in this frame. So I'm gonna give her this along with the frame, and then it'll be more personalized, because I got to thinking, I don't know if this painting would match her decor, her house. I want something that's gonna go along good with her house, so it'll be more personalized if she gets to choose what I draw or paint for her. So that is the plan. So I'll give her the frame, the card, and there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll give a quick shout out to some of my most recent subscribers. Sveta Ivachova, sounds Russian. Cryptic Smiles, Joshua Sire, Rupchan Suther, Brian Himeljin, Isaias Nacimiento, and Princess Haha or Jaja. Those are the ones I'll name off, and then the rest, because I've gotten quite a few, I will put in the video now. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and stick around for my next videos. I'm uploading every Sunday and Wednesday, like I said earlier. Alright, I will see you guys later. Live long and prosper. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. Live long and prosper.